So if you're between the ages of 25 and 40 and you think it is over for you and you are never going to be able to make more money and you are going to be trapped in your job forever, I have a crazy story to tell you. I used to be in your shoes. I used to be a public school teacher, and I remember the year that I left, I made $54,000 before taxes, which isn't a bad salary. It's okay, whatever, right? But I remember there was this one moment where I looked at our salary guide and it said, every single year that you're going to be there, how much money you're going to make. And I totaled up that number and I said, wow, that is every single dollar I'm ever going to make in my entire life on that one sheet of paper. And I didn't like that number. I was like, that number's a little low. There's a lot of stuff I want to do in my life, and I needed a different vehicle. I needed something else. So around that time, I discovered that there was this thing called copywriting, where you could essentially just write stuff, ads, emails, sales pages, things for clients, and they pay you thousands of dollars and you hand them a Google document. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. So that's what I started doing on nights and weekends. I started writing for clients. I started working for all different types of businesses, e-commerce brands, digital product brands, some service businesses, software companies, and I just started offering my writing service. Now, it took a little bit of time, obviously. It takes a little bit of work, but what was pretty crazy was I landed a retainer with this one company, and they were paying me $4,000 a month to write for them on nights and weekends. And I was able to do this because they were in California and I'm on the East Coast, and they were 3 hours behind. So by the time I got home from school, they were just kind of just starting their day, and they would tell me what they need to write, and I would write from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. every single day. What's crazy is that the retainer that I was getting from this client was almost as much as what I was making from my day job at the time. So it's almost like I doubled my salary pretty much overnight. Eventually, I started taking on more clients, and more clients, more and more revenue, more and more cash flow. And I got to the point where I was actually making more money from my writing on the side than I was as a teacher. That's when I wondered to myself, what if I had my best 40 hours of the week instead of my worst 40 hours of the week dedicated to this writing thing, this freelance copywriting thing? So I quit. Walked into my principal's office and I was like, hey, I'm going to resign. And he was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I started this business in my spare time and it's taken off and it's working pretty well. So I decided I was going to finish out the year. And then I went full time, and that was back in 2017. And since then, I've just continued to grow and grow and grow and take on more clients, bigger fees, $10,000 projects and up, and got to the point where now I have $1 million a year business. The big lesson here is that you need a skill. You need something that is marketable. You need to do something to raise your income, because if you are stuck in a salaried position, you are going to be beholden to whatever the typical salary is for that role that you're doing. There's nothing wrong with working a job. If you love your job, totally cool, whatever, right? But if you are trying to raise your income, make more money, and live a better life, then make sure you follow along, because I got a lot of other cool content to share.